What was it like for the Yankees actually calling you and telling you you were drafted in the 18th round of the draft? And what was it like? Who was the one that called you from the Yankees organization? And what was it like hearing that phone call ring and actually talk to the Yankees organization?
So that's the joke that the guy that drafted me, his name is Mike Wagner. He was an area scout at that time. He's no longer an area scout. He's well up in our organization. And that's the joke between me and him because we still, keep in contact is like I missed the initial phone call. I was on the beach with it's my wife now, it's my girlfriend at the time. And I was out there on the beach. I didn't hear the phone ring. I missed it. I saw a voicemail from Mike, and I called him back, and he's like, "Hey man, glad you called back in time because we just drafted you." And so obviously that's been a good joke between us. But it was great. And then he was just like, congratulations. We're gonna get you in contact with. He was our pitching coordinator at the time, Danny Burrell. And then Danny called me, and so it was just I was just on cloud nine, and I couldn't stop but smiling.
Is there any specific player on the Yankees' current roster right now that you're looking forward to with most?
Ooh, I mean that's such a hard question. I was fortunate enough to when we were in spring training beforehand watch Jay Happ do a lot of his lives and a lot of sides and everything, and I really appreciated how he kind of let me do it and how he talked with me through like what he was thinking and like how he was adjusting his pitches and everything. And so, I would say him because he really like this past spring training guided me and helped me a lot, and it was I was really thankful that he took the time to help a guy that's sitting in the minor leagues that's not his teammate right now.
Oh, you're always a teammate. You work for the Yankees. You're a teammate. That's the way the Yankees push players. Every time I've talked to a Yankee player, that are ex-Yankees or Yankee that is a part of the organization right now, they've all said that the Yankees organization, they bring the players together. So it doesn't matter if you're in the minor leagues, you're in the major leagues. The Yankees want the players to work together. My question
Yeah.
for you as a major league player, and I know you haven't had the opportunity yet to be called up by the New York Yankees. When you look at the majors, is that where you say you've reached your goal, or when you plan to come to the major leagues, you plan to be a dominant pitcher when you get the opportunity to step on the field of Yankee Stadium?
Oh, I would absolutely say, you want to be a dominant pitcher. The goal doesn't stop the second you've made it, because then the second you think you've made it, someone's going to come in right behind you. You've got to keep pushing. You got to keep progressing. You got to keep, you want to be the best in the game. You don't want to just get there.
Do you have one team and one batter that you're looking forward to playing against most at the major league level?
Yes, the Blue Jays and Kevin Biggio, because I
Ooh,
played him
okay.
in New Hampshire, and that I could not get that guy out to save my life. I don't know what it was, but I faced him either two, three, four times, like two, three, four different games, and that guy had my number every single time. So I can't wait to get back up in the major leagues and like actually like face him and say, finally, you're mine now.
Well, it's funny. It's funny that you say Biggio because Craig, his father, is from Long Island. He's from Kings Park. So Kevin actually was, I don't know if he was, he was raised over here in Long Island, but a lot of his family is from Long Island, from this Long Island area. So as a player and as a growth of the players that you play with, is there a particular player in your locker room right now that's the clown? He's the guy that just causes the havoc in the locker room.
James Reeves, 100%. I mean you could be having the worst day in your life, and you just look at James Reeves, and you're just gonna start smiling. He's an
James
absolute
Reeves.
Yes. I mean, he's just an absolute. He's the light of any situation you go in. He knows how to bring a clubhouse together. He knows how to keep everything light, and I mean, it's just you meet him, and you'll just love everything about him.
What do you think is your best pitch, your favorite pitch, and a pitch that you would want to learn how to throw?
Well, obviously, the stereotype answer is the one that gets him out. And obviously I enjoy throwing my two seam, and I enjoy throwing a changeup whenever it makes him look silly. But I'd say maybe the pitch I'd like to learn. I've been I've been doing some rehab with Stephen Wright here recently, and he's been throwing that knuckleball to me, and my goodness, is it nasty. So that'd be a fun pitch to just have in your back pocket.
As you guys know, we are talking to Yankees Double-A starting pitcher Garrett Whitlock. Now, I don't know your work right now. You're playing for the Yankees organization. Is there a dream team that you want to play for in the future if you have the opportunity to do, or you just want to be a Yankee and prove yourself as a Yankee and win a championship with the New York Yankees organization?
Shoot, I think anybody'd be crazy if they said they didn't want to be a Yankee. I mean, we're the New York Yankees, for goodness sake. I mean, who doesn't want to be a New York Yankee?
It would probably take some dire Red
Well, don't you want to be a New York Mets?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you want to be a New York Met? You want to work for the Wilpons?
No, I mean, you get drafted by the Yankees and you're like, oh my gosh, like this is the New York Yankees. And then you start like getting around the organization, see how they treat you, see like everything they're doing, and you're like, why would anyone ever want to leave this place?
That's true.
So,
it's true. I will tell you this, Garrett. The first time you get called up and you play the Red Sox, being one of those Red Sox, we have a lot of Red Sox fans that love to go into and attack us throughout social media. And I want all the Red Sox fans to know that every single time they get into that, they're ready to get into the batter's box, they're going to get beamed by Garrett Whitlock. What do you think about that?
I tell you what, I'm just going to try and get outs, and if it happens, it happens.
Now, what happens if Kevin Biggio becomes a Red Sox in free agency?
I want to strike him out. I'm not trying to hit that. He has my number. I need to do something to get him though.
Well, I read a lot of stories about the kid. He's a up and coming superstar right now with the Blue Jays. They've got a bunch of young players that their fathers were big time superstars in the majors. One of them, Mr. Guerrero. So you're going to have the opportunity for many, many years to come with that team and that talent right now with the Blue Jays.
Absolutely, I can't wait.
Do you have a favorite game or a favorite moment in your career so far, whether it's high school baseball, college baseball, or with Trenton so far?
Ooh, that's I mean, there's been so many great moments. I enjoyed, one of the most fun like group dynamics I've had was, up in the summer league with the Cape Cod Chatham Anglers. Just a bunch of great guys. We meshed really well. I had a lot of fun being up there. It was my first time really being in the Northeast. And so I really enjoyed playing out there. That was a lot of fun. But, I think to top it all off, it was being a part of the Trenton Thunder when they won the Easter League Championship last year. That's something that not a lot of people can experience. And that was an amazing, amazing feeling.
Garrett, before we let you go, I've asked a lot of professional baseball players that we've interviewed, a lot of coaches, college coaches. What are your thoughts with this whole Houston Astros, Boston Red Sox, who everybody keeps taking shots at the New York Yankees because there was a letter that Rob Manfred never opened up where it claims that the Yankees were doing sign stealing or whatever the heck is going on as far as I'm concerned, but they weren't beating up garbage pails in the dugout. So what were your thoughts when you heard the story with the Houston Astros and cheated the New York Yankees possibly out of a World Series in 2017?
I wasn't up there. I obviously don't know anything firsthand. I don't know any of the guys that would have been there. So, I'm personally not going to make a judgment on anything because I don't know all the facts. Like I wasn't there. I don't know anything. But my goal is to just play the game clean.
If that were to happen to you, you sense a hitter that's maybe picking up the sign from a different spot, you could sense something like that. How would you change your approach as a pitcher if they were doing that? Would you do anything drastically different?
I wouldn't because I would want to believe in myself and say, you know what, I don't care if you know what's coming. I'm still going to believe in myself and think that I'm better than you to get you out anyways. But obviously if that's the case, they're going to have a better advantage, but you still gotta use your stuff. You still gotta trust in yourself. You gotta execute your pitches.
Well, Garrett, I've become a big fan of yours because every single answer you pretty much told it like it is, and you're not going to throw yourself under the bus, which I respect more than anything in the world, because you want to know something. The Yankees organization is a great organization. You're going to see that as you grow with the Yankees organization. Hopefully you don't get traded, you get called up, and I'll be rooting for you for the next 20 years. I want to see it. You're a young guy. You're 24 years old. I'm looking forward, as far as I'm concerned, moving forward and seeing Garrett Whitlock and his jersey being raised out in the rafters when you're done and you retire.
I really appreciate it. I can't tell you how excited I am to, get back to work and get ready to get these stuff rolling.
Why don't you tell the fans how they can find you on social media?
I only have an Instagram. It's gwit17, but that's all I've got.
Well, I will tell you this. Jillian and Ricky, our social media managers, reached out to you, and I want to give a shout out to them. I want you to give them a shout out because they're the ones that are persistent, and they loved you. They loved you to say, we got Garrett Whitlock, and they were vouching for you. So why don't you give them a shout out?
Yeah, I appreciate you guys for doing that. It was really neat seeing like, holy cow, like a radio show wants to talk to me. That's something pretty darn cool. So I was like, that's awesome. So I appreciate the reach out.
Well, I'll tell you this. We want to keep in touch with you, and when there is a season, if there is a season, as far as AA is concerned or AAA, whenever you get wherever you're going to be playing in the next couple of months or years, we would love to get you on and talk a little baseball with you.
Absolutely. I'd love it.
All right, Garrett, thank you for joining us.
Thank you guys.